Good evening everybody and welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 1, and this is Matchday 23 and the Cup semi-finals. In front of us here we can see the fixtures for tonight of Allenson versus Asner, Round A versus Steelhawks, Tyneside versus North Trafford, and in the Cup semi-finals we have got the Old Age Ballers versus Real E and Falaraki versus Team GB. 5 matches tonight, which if we have a look into the league and see where the fixtures come in, we have the other fixtures scheduled for next Sunday of the other 4 matches that should have been in this round of games tonight. Wednesday night's games you can see in front of you there. Those ones are for next Sunday. Then Wednesday on, I can't even remember which date it is. Sounds like it should be somewhere around about the 17th, 16th of March. Yep. And then there's one fixture there that we'll just have to squeeze in at some point. It's the same round, so we'll play that as one final round. And that's where the end of the league is, on the 23rd of March. The cup final to be played on the 30th of March. Anyway, so without further ado, let's have a quick look at the league table and then get into the games. So, Dalgate Rangers versus, 3 points clear of Really, and of course, Dalgate Rangers not in action tonight at all. Steelhawks just 2 points further back, who threw their cup game 9-0 against Really earlier this season to concentrate on the league. Will it pay off? Team GB in cup action tonight, also in that top 4. Trumpton leading a group of teams, there's 6 of them there that are 5 points apart. Round A, Loco Calaveras, Falaraki, North Trafford and Asner. And then the bottom 4 now separated by 6 points. It was at one point just the 4. And Old Age Ballers, Imaginary Madrid, Allenson and Tyneside. The fixtures for tonight see us have teams that they've never been the other way around this season. Round A versus Steelhawks, again they've never been the other way around. Good evening State, looking forward to the AFCON games later on. Well, I have to do a bit of work actually to catch up, but I'll be watching definitely. And Tyneside, Imaginary Madrid, they crossed over on North Trafford, they crossed over on the first round, and that's it. Other than that, none of the teams have actually been in different positions throughout the season. So we go to the league games first, and Allenson versus Asner's Ajax. So Asner's team is there, and for Allenson tonight, they've got for a few changes to their lineup. Alex and Conticchio playing together in centre mid, so Del Piero and Aguinaga both replaced in the starting lineup. In fact, Aguinaga in the 18 for today. Smertin is back in defensive mid, so Clarence Nielsen is out. Jakobsen comes in for Alexandra, and Zickler goes to where Alex was, and Yakubu is kept up front today. See if he can get anything. Last game they came so close to a victory against a massive team. Am I going silent? Am I silent? I don't think I am silent. I'm going to see if that is just something that my microphone is on. The mic audio is definitely on, and it appears to be. So just want a quick check on that in terms of asking me if I'm going silent. I just need to find out if there is any sound. As far as I'm aware, sound should be coming out on here. So we just find out before I actually get going too much on the games. This is an interesting one there. There's definitely sound coming through on mine as it is. Just worth obviously checking before I go too far. I don't know. Any answers from Steve would be answers on the postcard and all that. Let's see, is anything coming up? No, the sound definitely coming. Sound is definitely working. I've just tested it. Evening, Chris, and Chris can hear me as well. Fantastic. So let's get started on this one then, as we go through, and Nesta to captain the side, and we watch it from the point of view of Alanson into this one. Anyway, so the first game underway today. Alanson trying to get themselves out of the danger zone that they have just been well into this season. Steve could easily be on mute, who knows? But at least Chris can hear me, and my test says that I could hear it as well. I think I probably class myself as a concurrent viewer if I play it, so that'd be quite nice to see that there's an extra viewer. Alanson are winning, and it's Alex Zickler with the opening goal. Zickler has had 2 goals now. He's made it 2-0. Fantastic. Great to see that the effort is being rewarded. And yeah, there's a winger. You just come on. And it looks comfortable so far for Alanson at half time. 7 shots, 5 on target. And I'll go to Big Noopy's instructions for today with regard to his team. I think 60 minutes is really where the subs are happening. 60 minutes is where the subs will happen. Then 2-0 as it is so far. Conticchio coming close to scoring. Yule makes it 3. Jakubek Yule 3-0 to Alanson. Fantastic to see that they are scoring plenty of goals today, doing wonders for their goal difference. Still loving the colours, of course, of Alanson. And we have a little look and see what's happening. We'll check the next match for everybody. 4 days time, so it's about preserving the players who are taking a bit of a knock there. Conticchio has been having a good game, so he'll be preserved. He can allow D'Alessandro for a bit of a run out. And is there a player who's struggling for a bit of fitness there? I think it might make sense. There isn't a left-sided player that could come on in that position without actually moving Alex or Del Piero there, and that sounds a bit sort of unnatural. So with regard to moving on, let's keep Zickler safe and have into the position there. I think it'd be nice to see if Alex Alves can get himself a goal in these bits. Jim, good evening Jim, welcome. Very, very comfortable for Alanson in this one. And Yakubu makes it 4. Wow. Very, very strong. Penalty though, and Ibrahimovic makes it 4-1. Is that the start of a comeback? I doubt it. It's about giving those players some minutes and see if Alex Alves can get a goal. Can he get one? Oh, he's had chances. He's had a chance. And Nesta makes it 5. Good evening, Martin. Welcome. Welcome. There's quite a few people on the chat here, which is great to see. Yakubu making it 6-1. I have absolutely no idea what has made them quite so good today, but that is an absolute thrashing. Alanson 6, Asner 1. Well, 16 shots, 14 on target. Absolutely superb from Alanson. Nothing needs to be said about the opponents at all, but you can only beat what's in front of you. 6-1 is an absolute drubbing. Well done to Big Noopy. Tyneside versus North Trafford. Neither team submitted tonight, so we go straight into the action and get this one played. Neither team having submitted there. I know Ryan has been busy. We get that first half just played through there. It's 2-0 and Titus Bramble is on a hat-trick at this point. Not really much to be said about this one. Kieran Dyer making it 3. I'm very surprised that Tyneside are getting a big victory here. Nicky Butt sent off. And a 3-0 comfortable win there for Tyneside. And we go into the third of our league matches, which David says will be here soon. So we'll go while Jim's here. It's Roundhay Steelhawks. We'll build up to the game. David will be on a break by. No, we'll go to the first of the cup semis. I think we should do. While Martin's here, we'll do Old Age Ballers versus Real E. Last time out for Old Age Ballers, they got a 1-0 victory over Falaraki. Last time they played Real E, it was 0-0. Their past meetings, Real E beaten 3-1 in the other game this season between the two. So for today, minimal change there. Lizarazu is out, Dennis Irwin comes in, and Hierro is on the bench. I've been quite impressed with Old Age Ballers recently. They've certainly turned it around from the side that, I know they haven't scored many goals. Let's say, what's that? 1 in 6. But they haven't conceded many goals either. And certainly it's a more interesting team than it was earlier this season, where I'm not quite sure what was happening with the team. So a chance to get into the cup final, of course. How have they done in the cup so far? They beat Rummerica 3-0 and Fredrikstad 3-0. Then 2-0 against Roundhay, 2-0 against Trumpton, and 3-0 against Assens Ajax. That's without conceding a goal. They've gone through to the cup semi-final. And Dennis Irwin, he's having to play, isn't he, Martin? As you probably aren't too impressed with, of course, but you can only play what you've been given in this squad. Really make 3 changes to their lineup, and before we see that, we see their season in the cup so far. So their first round they beat Steinker by 3-1, so they conceded there. Allgård, they've beaten them by 5-0, and Haugesund, it was 2-0. Then Steelhawks and 9-0, which of course is completely thrown by David putting a player in goal, which isn't allowed in the league. But the cup, I'm not so bothered. And then we have got Allenson 4-2 in the quarterfinals. So their changes for today see the Welsh left winger coming in. Harry Kuehl also gets a start, and Ekiog is in place of Rio Ferdinand. Haven't been given a captain. Some instructions are in, of course, and we will go into this one and see what happens. Vieira to captain the side. So, an interesting one, placing the final at stake to see who will take the title from Ewan Rovers after they beat Fortuna in the first cup last season. So the early pressure has been put on from Reilly, and Van Nistelrooy has hit the net, but the wrong side of it. It does look quite scary, Martin, you're absolutely right. But the Old Age Ballers are trying to get into this. Batistuta has come to life early. Chances again, Viduka involved, but Stefan Effenberg has scored and made it 1-0. Chris Kirkland's been taken by surprise. It's 1-0 to the Old Age Ballers. Can they keep up this ridiculously good defensive record in the cup? Redondo on a yellow. Dennis Irwin taken now by Van Nistelrooy, who's booked. And Van Nistelrooy comes close to scoring, and Khan makes a good save. There's definitely plenty going on in terms of attacks from the opposition now. But Luis Enrique comes close to making it 2, and half time 1-0. That is doing well. The only shot on target from them has gone in, and Chris Kirkland was taken by surprise. What does it say about it? He never saw it. Osfeld to Irwin to Effenberg, and he just gets his feet around the ball perfect, and so that is an assist there for Dennis Irwin. Any substitutes at half time, Martin? Well, look at that. It's seen a solid performance. Effenberg there on a 9 at half time. Batistuta 10 attempted headers, 4 successful. it's got to be said that they are doing a good job at half time. We'll check really while we wait for Martin to say whatever he's going to say. They'll be making subs at 60 minutes. As it stands, it looks like their winger will probably go off around about the hour mark on their Schuker for Batistuta is the half-time substitute here. So is that with the league in mind in 4 days' time, or is it just in the hope that somebody different will make an impact? David's here. We'll be on to your game next, David. Your league game coming up as the next match, so that's all good. I think that'll probably be the half-time thing there. Are we looking at 60 minutes, Martin? Are we looking at 60 minutes for your subs? Just to check quickly. Really are going for 60 minutes, so I will stop at that point regardless. Cafu has come close, making it 2-0, and at this point it seems quite comfortable for the old age ballers. Viduka's having a shocker, isn't he? What I'll do is I'll go to the old age ballers now, have a little look and see how they're getting on. There's nobody really struggling for fitness. Redondo there is on 86%, but he's not injured. But Dennis Irwin on 80, he's also not injured. He's just lacking the stamina. Ratings wise, Kohler and Maldini are on the 6s, but everybody else 7s and 8s. So really, substitutes they're always very, very straightforward from Matt. And it's well, Viduka will be withdrawn here for Hasselbank. That's quite straightforward. It was going to be Beckham for Dyer or Veron. If Giggs is below, yeah, he's down there, so we'll take him off and do it that way instead. So sorry, just coughing for no lovely reason there. So we'll do that instead and move them out that way. Hierro for Redondo is a change coming from the old age ballers. Yes, he can be your Hierro baby. So with extra time looming, if there's a goal that comes back into this, it's good to keep a substitute back, I suppose. I think this is a competition that goes extra time, then replay, if I remember correctly from last time round of the Badgers Fortuna situation in the cup last time out. Hierro takes a yellow card as well. But at the moment, it's still 1-0, still looking fairly comfortable here. And into those last few seconds of the game, Cure comes close to scoring. Oh, more chances. And Vieira has equalised. This game's going to go to extra time, is it? It is. It is going to extra time. And you got one sub left. You got Irwin on 74, Effenberg on 77, Cafu 81, and there are their 18s. So extra time limit. This squad that's quite stretched is going to be stretched even further, knowing that they've got to play Allenton in just 4 days' time in a battle for the bottom 4. Yeah, and the rules on today, so it's a replay if it's level. There's no penalties in this game. The goal was always coming, wasn't it? It's the first goal they've conceded in this season's cup. It's an absolute killer goal there. Luis Enrique to left wing back, and we're going to see Romario coming on, I assume, at this point. It is Romario, yes. So there we are, Luis Enrique doing what he does. And I've been given no sub-instructions regarding extra time or anything, and the players are looking pretty fit, so they'll just continue as it goes. So extra time is on, and at the moment really looking more dangerous than their opponents. Not going to end well. I mean, it could end up in a replay. Oh, Kieran Dyer has scored. and this is level. Do you want to do anything at this point, Martin, to change things? Any formation changes? There's obviously no substitutes available to you, but do you want to change anything or just leave it as it is going into the last quarter hour of this game? Really have been punishing in the last minutes of the last two periods of football. Only 7 empty seats here at the Avengers compound. What a bizarre name for the stadium for a team that was old footballer name, old age footballers who were 31 plus. Is there going to be a change? As is, we're done. Done diddly for. And the passing has been mainly done by Stefan Effenberg over any player on the pitch. Any late chances coming? I'm not sure. It's into these last few minutes. Hasselbank, Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique was defending, of course, at that point. And Real E have won the game. Not fit enough for 90, never mind 120. Yes, there's certainly some fitness issues going into the next game. They gave it their all, and were unfortunate that the game wasn't a minute shorter at the end. An hour, 7 passes. That's dire, isn't it? Well, it wasn't. It was the other guy. But yeah, a really valiant effort. But Real E are through to the final with a chance of winning the cup. Roundhay versus Steelhawks is where we go now. Then, so to have a look here at the team for today for Steelhawks, arrows all over the place. Palacios and Barcelona wide with Mendieta and Dyer. Scholes supporting Morat up front, who's brought back in for Shearer, who last game only ended up with a 6. Last time they did draw 1-1 with Allenson. Last time they played Roundhay, they beat them 1-0. And yeah, it's just sort of been an interesting season for them. They do have a chance to capitalise at the top of the table today, because the top two are not in league action. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously with David here, he can make his own subs, and Jim's here as well, so that's great. Last match for Roundhay, they beat North Trafford by 3-2. This could be messy. Yeah, Harry Kewell getting those 2 goals, didn't he, late on to turn the game around. And obviously we've seen the result against the 2 teams last time round. Trond Magna Hansen, he's been very busy refereeing today, and it's time to get this one started, see how it goes. Good luck to the managers. Roundhay's recent form has been way better than earlier in the season. They are certainly picking themselves up a bit. Sean Dyche takes a yellow card. Those Steelhawks going to try and press for this title, hoping that their cup, throwing away the cup, has helped them to win the league. We shall see. Shevchenko's come close to scoring though for Roundhay. Ashley Cole takes a yellow card, and the pressure is certainly more on from Roundhay. Much more Roundhay issues at the moment, pressing for this one. Van Bommel was the only change as he came in to midfield for the suspended Luis Enrique. It's still 0-0. This game is very, very finely poised. Shevchenko's had one disallowed though, and that could have been the one that really caused issues there. Murat has taken a yellow card. And half time, no shots on target for either team. Obviously there has been one, but it's been disallowed, so it hasn't counted at all. And Steelhawks without a single shot on target out of 4 attempts. That's your situation, Jim. Anything now, or are you going to 60 as your usual plan? And it's Simeone there, 81 though, by the way. He's had a potential foot injury. And Steelhawks, you've got Scholes on 83. With a potential foot injury as well. David's going as it is. Dyche off for Rosa before he gets sent off. Marco Rosa making his 4th league appearance of the season. And David is staying as he is, and I think it's 60 minutes for them, isn't it? So we'll get on to This as Shevchenko's being held back. Pochettino has hit the bar. Oh, more chances coming in. Morat has missed again. And since that promise of if he scored that night there'd been a big donation to charity, it's certainly changed a little bit. Simeone's only lost 2% in the last 15 minutes there, Jim, just to let you know. He's the only one who seems to be struggling for fitness at all. Mihailovic and Van Bommel on sixes for Steelhawks. Let's pop over to the other side, and Scholes has lost 4% in this bit with his knock that he's taken. Yaps Jam is also on a potential injury. That's a shin for him, and Thuram on a knee problem. So, you know, we will see what will happen to the players at that point. Ratings wise for Steelhawks, Barsom on that, just to let David know, Moore has had 2 shots without any on target so far. Jim's going for Simeone off for Govanek. Oh, right clicking. How many shots are you on? You're on 7 without a single one on target. Simeone off for Govanek, and switch him with Van Bommel. There we are. So absolutely nothing on target in this game at all, apart from the disallowed goal. Thriller. Plan B. You'd like me to go to your plan B, right? Okay. I will load it up. Yeah. Okay, right. So this is this makes the game longer than any other match by quite some distance, not even with an extra time on another game. Right. So you are moving Dyer to there. Mendieta comes to here. Scholes there. Arrow, 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 arrow. Okay. And there are no subs planned within that, is that right? Any subs? Just to find out whether there are any subs, we shall wait and see. Who knows? It is all a mystery. That's it. Lovely. Okay. So the last half hour, no substitutes, but the team come forward. They have a shot on target there. Murat has had that one on target. Still quite a close one here. Crespo missing the target. Very little going on in terms of action on goal. Any late ones here? Offside given, an over the bar chance. Nuno making a save down the other end. Crespo caught offside. One last chance. And it's 0-0 full time. Mike Duff, man of the match. Well, look at that. 16 shots, 3 on target. Roundhay will be much happy with the result in terms of they've held someone above them in the league. Steelhawks, is that the title challenge over? It's not really, cause it isn't. I just can make stuff up. But yeah, I mean they're certainly still up there, but I think it's definitely a blow to them in their title charge. On to the final game of the night, Falaraki versus Team GB. Falaraki's team coming in with their usual cup rotation. Their cup run so far this season, they beat Floyer by 4-0, Tallness 5-0, Honefoss 2-1, Lorenskog 2-0, and then Mandos Macaritana 3-1, and they've only faced non-league opposition in the cup so far. They've made it through. They're playing Team GB, who last time they played Team GB they drew 1-1. They've still got to play them in the league this season. Going forward, team for today, Seaman is in goal. Other than that, it's quite a usual first team, I suppose. Less rotation than usual. That's because there are some players missing. Pearce, Southgate, Howie, Wilcox. Less rotation can be done. But there is a difference there that Sheringham and Anderton are clearly in the wrong positions at that point, so I will just make sure that they're corrected before kick-off. I can hear Champigno going, what's going on? And that's probably not how he speaks, but, you know. And there we are for Team GB. Alf asked me to stick the same, but if a player was out, swap for someone similar. I don't swap off the bench into the first team unless I'm instructed otherwise. So, looking with a Lennon injury, there are no central midfielders, no defensive mids, and so Rio Ferdinand steps in to defensive mid. That's all I can do on that. I wasn't, in terms of things. So that's the instruction, and I stick with that, and that's where we look at it. Their cup run this season: 5-0 over 8 Tonsberg, and then 3-0 over Tromsdalen, 7 over Harstadt. In the fourth round, beating local Colorado's 4-2, and North Trafford 2-0 in the quarter-finals. So Ferdinand, there he is, alongside Gerrard in defensive midfield. Okay. And we go into the game. Anybody could take this one. I'm sure Sundet's refereed somewhere before today. The final game. Who will get into the cup final? We've got a team of England at Euro 96 versus a team of pretty much England at 01-02 with a couple of players chucked in for a laugh. I don't know. Campbell takes a yellow card for Falaraki. But Falaraki is certainly pressing more. Ferdinand booked for Team GB. And Joe Cole scoring for Team GB is 1-0 to the away side, the more modern version of the two teams. The team that are one of the absolute favourites for league and cup before the season began. And at the moment, it's definitely looking more like Team GB, but there's still little bits of hope for. Oh, Darren Hampton with a chance and another save made by Douglas. Falaraki tried to get into that. Referee booking Stephen Gerrard as well. And it's half time. 3 shots, 3 on target. 4 shots, 3 on target. 60 minutes for Falaraki changes as usual. And Team GB, no instructions on substitutes, so we'll only sub if they're below 70. There are instructions for Team GB on substitutes, aren't they? So I'll make sure I follow those from before. If I just check and see where that is. There used to be something anyway. 5s with a yellow card, and anyone 75% or less. Yeah, there we go. So we go into the last part of this game. Is it the last part of this game though? It's 0-0. Oh, it's 1-0. A complete make-up is 0-0. It's not 0-0 at all. Just lying to myself about the scoreline. Joe Cole scored, of course. Falaraki for substitutes here. And go to the usual tactics on substitutes here. So we'll see Redknapp for Gascoigne. And Fowler if he hasn't scored for Shearer. There we are. So that's all good there. And Team GB, anyone below 75? No, absolutely not at this point. And half an hour left of Falaraki's cup charge. Team GB versus Real E will be a top tier final, of course, if it stays like that. Joe Cole's on a yellow now. It's still very much Team GB heading into this one. Can't see any chances coming forward. Will there be one before the end? It looks like no, and Team GB are into the final with a 1-0 victory. The only shot in the second half was off target. 12 offsides apiece is huge. And yeah, it was a game. I mean, what did it have? Had a bit of passing from Falaraki, had a little bit of tackling, but other than that, really it was a nothing kind of game. The cup semi-final that did not spring into life, and Team GB have earned their place in the final. So the results from today: Allenson 6, Asna's Ajax 1. Huge scoreline there. Roundhay drawing 0-0 with Steelhawks, and Tyneside 3, North Trafford 0. So Dalgety 3 points clear of Real E, and Steelhawks another further point back. They can only reach 51, meaning Dalgety Rangers only need to get 2 wins from their last 3 games to finish in the top 2 of the table. Team GB are now in a good position to overtake Steelhawks. I suppose if they can start to get some form together. The goal difference isn't quite there yet, really. In Dalgety Rangers, this looks like a 2-horse race for the title, though. Roundhay, 5th place now, past Trumpton, but Trumpton, of course, with the game in hand. A bit further down the table, Allenson levelling things up with the old age ballers. But their goal difference is 8 worse at the moment, and have played a game more. But they're ahead of Imagine Madrid, and if they got beaten, then Tyneside would have also been ahead of them from this game. 6-1 was a huge victory for them, massive for their goal difference. Was there a team of the week? No, there was no team of the week. Fixtures for next time then. So Aston Ajax versus Roundhay, 2 teams going completely the opposite direction. Roundhay really on the charge at the moment. Imagine Madrid versus Dalgety Rangers. I mean, Dalgety have not been off the top of the table the entire season, and Imagine Madrid have not been out of the bottom 4 since game day 4. Then Old Age Ballers versus Allenton, 2 teams level on points there in the table, just 1 game apart. Real E versus Falaraki, that will be an interesting one there. I think Real E are of course the stronger side. Steelhawks versus North Trafford. Can Steelhawks keep themselves alive in this battle at all? Team GB versus Tyneside, that's going to be, it looks like a walkover, doesn't it? But Tyneside have picked up 4 points in the last 2 games. And Trumpton, Loco Calaveras now managerless though, so hopefully Trumpton will get themselves the victory. So huge games ahead. I'm just going to obviously get this into saved and put out there. Deadline Tuesday 9 PM for everybody. I'm ready for a Wednesday night's action. I'm going to hand it over to Steve and the AFCON boys. So we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much and good night.